aggregates, body, feeling, perception, volition and consciousness. These 5 aggregates are also called body and mind. The first one is body, then the other 4 are components of the mind, feeling, perception, volition and consciousness is the mind part. So the 5 khandhas is body and mind. It is not nama rupa. Later books they say that nama rupa is body and mind. That's a wrong interpretation. It is the 5 khandhas that are body and mind. So because this body and mind you take to be I or mine, or I am in the 5 aggregates, or the 5 aggregates are inside of me. So you attach to these 5 aggregates because you take it to be I and mine. So it is here that the self, the ego lodges itself. So you have to be able to see that these 5 aggregates, the body and mind, are impermanent. The nature of the 5 aggregates are impermanent, and how they arise through conditions, and they cease also through conditions. That's why here it says you have to understand such is body, feeling, volition, perception, volition and consciousness, and such is its origin, how it arises through conditions, and such its passing away, how the 5 aggregates cease through conditions. So you attain destruction of the asavas or liberation by knowing and seeing these 5 aggregates that you take to be I and mine. Okay, then he continues. I say monks that the knowledge of destruction in regard to destruction has approximate cause. It does not lack approximate cause. And what is the approximate cause for the knowledge of destruction? That means destruction of the asavas. It should be said liberation. Stop here for a moment now. Here is the actual series. We begin here the actual series of this 24 links. Here it says knowledge of destruction of the asavas is said to be due to liberation. But liberation, just now I mentioned, is actually destruction of the asavas. So what he's saying here is that knowledge of destruction of the asavas, the cause of knowledge of destruction of the asavas is the destruction of the asavas. When you have destroyed the asavas, then you know that you have destroyed the asavas, which is liberation. So here the knowledge of destruction, the cause is liberation or destruction of the asavas. So now we come to the second one. I say monks that liberation too, or destruction of the asavas, too has approximate cause. It does not lack approximate cause. And what is the approximate cause for liberation? It should be said dispassion. Dispassion. This word, Pali word, is viraga. Raga, we know, means sometimes we say greed, hatred and delusion. Sometimes we say lust, hatred and delusion. This word lust does not refer to sexual lust, but to excessive greed. So this raga is the same as lobha. The meaning is excessive greed, strong greed for sensual pleasures, meaning for sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. So dispassion here, viraga, means the opposite of raga. Raga is strong greed. So dispassion is totally no greed, no more interested. So here it says dispassion. Another word you can use is disenchantment. Disenchantment. Another word you can use is no more interest in the world. No more interest in the world. So when a person has no more interest in the world, there's no more fire in him. Then you can say in a way it's like cool. It's cooled down. The fire of lust has cooled down. So it's because this fire of lust has cooled down. That's why he can become liberated, can attain destruction of the asavas. So the third linga is dispassion, viraga. And then I say monks that dispassion too has a proximate cause. It does not lack an proximate cause. And what is the proximate cause for dispassion? It should be said revulsion. This word revulsion is nibbida. Sometimes other than revulsion, it is translated as viridna. Viridna, revulsion, like a kind of aversion. Aversion for existence, for the world. I say monks that in Hokkien we say ya liao. Ya liao. So from ya liao, then you get ling liao, sim ling liao, bo ai liao. So, okay, so I say monks that revulsion too has a proximate cause. It does not lack a proximate cause. And what is the proximate cause for revulsion? It should be said knowledge and vision of things as they really are. So this is the fifth condition. Knowledge and vision of things as they really are. The Pali is yatta buddha jnanandasana, seeing things as they really are. Okay, and although it is not explained here, what is it that you see and know as they really are? Although it's not explained here, actually it's the five khandhas. When you know and you see the five khandhas, that means body and mind, as it really is, as impermanent, as because it is impermanent, as a source of suffering, as subject to conditions, then you don't identify with it. Because when you identify the body and mind with yourself, you take it to be yourself, then you attach to it and it gives you suffering. And this self is not only like my body and my mind, also my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife. So when anything happens to I and mine, like my family members and all that, you suffer terribly. So after you have suffered enough, then one day, and then you think it's not worth it. If you haven't suffered enough, you still want. So this knowledge and vision of things as they really are. These things is actually the five aggregates. Then only when you have knowledge and vision of the five aggregates as they really are, then you experience revulsion of the five aggregates. I say monks that the knowledge and vision of things as they really are too has a proximate cause. It does not lack a proximate cause. And what is the proximate cause for the knowledge and vision of things as they really are? It should be said concentration. That is very important. To be able to see and know clearly, you need concentration. Why? Because the Buddha always says in the suttas that the reason why we are blur, as we say, Malaysians would like to say blur, is because of these five hindrances, pancha nivarana. These five hindrances cover us so that we have very low IQ. What is these five hindrances? Sensual, desire, ill will or anger, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt. These five things. So you find people with very strong hindrances, their character is base, low, vulgar people, behave like animal. Nowadays you read in the newspaper, sometimes somebody rapes the daughter, rapes the granddaughter. These are the type of people. Five hindrances are very strong, so it will lead them to low rebirth. So when we attain concentration, our mind becomes focused. That's why I mentioned that a mind, when the asavas flow, our energy goes out to the six sense organs, right? To the eye to see, to the ear to hear, nose to smell, tongue to taste, body to touch, and the mind to thinking. So because our mind goes out to these six sense doors, our mind is scattered, so it's not focused. So when we attain concentration, the mind becomes focused, and this you need a lot of training. Meditation is all about focusing your mind. our mind doesn't like to be focused. It's a kipochi, likes to see